Hi, it's Aaron Robinette, Holistic Lifestyle Coach. Talking about chronic pain and the effects that breathing mechanics has on chronic pain. So you may be someone that you've been told several times that you need to breathe, you need to deep breathe and all that, and maybe you haven't been told this. It's a good idea to do some deep diaphragmatic breaths to help your stress level, which will help your chronic pain. But the reason why breathing mechanics are so important when we're talking about chronic pain is that's probably the biggest thing you do all day, every day, which you do approximately 25,900 breaths per day. And if you have dysfunctional breathing, if your breathing mechanics are off, think about how many times you're doing that and how much that's negatively affecting your chronic pain. So if you have chronic pain and your breathing mechanics are off, and by the way, I've assessed a lot of people. I don't think I've ever assessed anyone that their breathing mechanics when I started with them were accurate, where their breathing mechanics were good. Part of the reason why they're seeing me is because they have some dysfunction. And if you figure that your breathing mechanics are off and you're breathing 25,900 times per day, so every breath is taking you further and further out of function, that is a huge cause to having chronic pain, even if that's not the origination. And maybe the breathing mechanics came about because you had some incident, some accident that caused it. But more times than not, I've actually found that it's not because of the incident. It was actually there before, and it just exacerbates the incident, or exacerbates the pain, I should say, and can take pain and turn it into chronic. So one of the first steps is to change your breathing mechanics and have proper breathing mechanics, and that's something I'm oversimplifying it. It's a little bit more complicated than just say, well, just breathe deeply. Because when I tell people that and they look at me, oh, what does that mean? So that's something that takes a little bit of skill to do, and it's something I'm very well trained to do. So it's also something that I'm trained to find in people. So start with proper breathing mechanics is a first step. And just something to take away from this video, if you just lay in your bed, put your hand on your stomach and put your other hand on your chest, let your stomach raise for the first 2/3 of your breath before your hand on your chest raises, and that would be a start to improving your breathing mechanics.